Are you struggling with Spring and its handling of invalid accept headers? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into a common issue that many developers face when building web applications with Spring. I completely understand how frustrating it can be when your API doesn't behave as expected. If you've ever encountered an error page instead of the response you were hoping for, you're in the right place. This is a common challenge for many developers. Let's look at a specific scenario. One user recently asked, "How can I configure Spring to ignore invalid accept headers?" They shared their setup using the content negotiation configurer, but they still faced issues when an invalid accept header was sent. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So what's happening here? When an invalid accept header is sent, Spring throws an exception and redirects to an error page. This can be problematic, especially if you want to maintain a smooth user experience. Let's break down how we can address this. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a powerful tip that can help you manage accept headers more effectively in your Spring applications. To address the issue with the invalid accept header, the user can create a custom exception handler. This handler will catch the HTTP media type not acceptable exception and allow the application to respond gracefully instead of redirecting to the error page. Next, the user should ensure that the content negotiation configurer is set up correctly. Since the user cannot set ignore accept header to true, they need to make sure the custom exception handler is in place to handle any invalid headers. After implementing the custom exception handler, the user should test the API with an invalid accept header. This will verify that the application no longer redirects to the error page and instead returns a custom response. Finally, the user should review the application logs to ensure that the custom exception handler is being triggered correctly. This will help confirm that the solution is functioning as intended. Fun fact, did you know that the first web server was created in 1990? It was a simple program, but it laid the groundwork for the complex web applications we build today. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach suggested by a user is to use a filter to intercept requests with an invalid accept header. This filter can modify or remove the problematic header before it reaches your application. Here's the tip I promised. Always implement custom exception handling in your APIs. It not only improves user experience, but also helps you manage errors more effectively. And there you have it. With these adjustments, your Spring application should handle invalid accept headers much better. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks on Spring development.